Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining. I have another Moterm unboxing. This one is going to be one of the two options that I purchased for my work brain dump notes. So I'll get into a little bit of a review on this. I will unbox it with you live, and then I will talk a little bit about my work system. It won't be too in-depth, but just so that you know how I'm using this, if it gives you any ideas. So it's either going to be the A5 Zip or A5 Stalogy, similar to the B6 Stalogy brain dump cover that I just reviewed and unboxed. So we're going to find out together. Go ahead and open this baby up. Now it took almost 2 years to come up with a work system. I'm so excited. That works for me. Now, if you notice, it looks identical to the B6 Stalogy cover. I think it is just super sleek and classy looking. Like, it doesn't look, I don't know, juvenile or super bulky or you name it. But before I get into this, I'll show you what I currently have and why I bought this. So this is my actual work planner. It's an A5 Filofax, and the way I set it up, and it just works for me, is that I have it by month. So I have a full year in here. I replace the rings, and by I mean my husband. I purchased the rings, but my husband took it into the shop and with brute force got the rings out and replaced the rings. These rings fit perfectly. I've tried from 2 other shops. 3rd time's a charm. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I will link it below. I highly recommend it. So if you look, it looks no different. So he did a really great job. So good job, husband. It allowed me to have a full year in here, but there isn't room to take this Stalogy and like stuff it in here and like clasp it. Like it doesn't really work too well. So with that, I have my calendar. Let's see, it is not March, so I'll jump to it. So in here, what I do, I will write out the calendar only for work-related things that are deadlines. I'm not showing February because it's sensitive information. I'm not going to get into the weeks because, again, it's sensitive information. So what I did, these are by Infinite Lotus. They're beautiful, minimal, amazing. What I do, and it took a while because I was trying to write down all of the notes in the day. I was doing dailies. It was getting to be so much that I said, you know what? The only thing I'm really using is a weekly view where you have the priorities in the top, the to-dos, and then what I do during the day. So this will stay out like this when I'm working. If something comes up and it's a deadline that I personally have to get done by a certain date, I will write it in with like an exclamation point and write it down. Because I will see this, it'll stay open all the time. So I'll see that'll be due. Random to-dos. And then Saturday and Sunday, I just use for like next week things. And sometimes what I'll do, if I got something done, I cross it out. If I didn't get it done, I have to move it to the next week. I draw a diagonal line through it. So I'll write down what has to get done that day or what occurred that I need to do later if it's not super, super time sensitive. So I have a system that works, and this is basically just the weeks. And having a year in one helps because I will need to do a mid-year review for myself and an end-of-year review for myself. Now, what this doesn't have in it are dailies. And dated dailies are, I bought dated dailies. I wasted a bunch because some days were just so fast. I only used a OneNote. Some days I couldn't even keep up handwriting. But I still like paper because for example, speaking of OneNote, my OneNote keeps deleting my pages randomly. Like the pages that I'm writing my work notes, it's starting to make me very, very nervous. So I'm glad I do have paper, which brings me to my A5 Stalogy. I said, you know what, this system is working so well for just a brain dump, and it feels so good to write on. I love the paper, and I can make the day whatever it is. I can make 2 pages in a day. I can make 1 page, a whole week. However I need to set it up for that day or that week, I can. But I know I'm going to want to have more than 1 notebook. I mean, this isn't going to be able to last very long. So I want to be able to fit 2 or more in a cover because I want them together. And I also have loose notes. I don't know that like for example, I have a loose note in here and I basically just have to rely on it staying in this book or putting it in this pocket. I said, you know what, let me just build a system out kind of like I have for my regular brain dump. Let me make it for work. So we're going to try this together because I have not yet. So then goes the note into the pocket. I love that it has pen loop. These can mark the days. If I'm brain dumping and I really need to reference back to something, if I need to reference back to notes. And this is definitely going to fit more than 1 for sure. Like I can go out and buy another one now and stick it in the holder to see how it fits. But it's amazing. And again, I couldn't keep pens in it. Papers are falling out. So this is the pen that I keep in with all my Stalogies because it writes the best on the paper. And I got them on Amazon haphazardly because at the time I was looking for everything rose gold. But it writes really, really well. So this is going to be for work, and I really like the way it looks together. So they're both, this is an A5 rings below. Again, it's the Filofax A5 rings, and this is the Moterm A5 Stalogy cover. And that is a pretty good looking planner stack. So it's very work appropriate. Like I can carry both of these together and it looks pretty slick. I like having everything at my fingertips. So I really like the way I think this is going to work out. I'm glad I pulled the trigger and bought this. I think it will be a really good addition and it will really help me out a lot. So it was a happy blend. I can't tell you, maybe I should try and figure out how to tell you the number of inserts I just tried and wasted and printed and cut and punched, and that was time consuming. It wasn't even, it didn't look slick. It just, I don't know. There's some inserts, if you know, that you don't mind printing and cutting, and there's others where you have to like order them already printed and cut. I don't know how to explain it, but my work planner is one where I had to order it already printed and cut. Otherwise, it was going to drive me nuts. So full year, weekly and monthly view, and this is daily notes. So super excited. I love it. It's squishy. It'll hold 2 or 3 of these. So I will be buying more because I do really love the system. And there we have it. So that is the A5 Stalogy cover from Moterm, I think in Pebble Black. So you can see the pebbling, but it's still very, very soft. You can't really tell that it's bumpy. If I close my eyes and rub my hands over it, I couldn't tell it was pebbled. But there we go, folks. So I hope this was helpful. I know many of you are either hybrid right now, maybe returning to office, have been in office. So I hope this system helps you. It's really, really, really helped me a lot. I'll think of more things to do about work planners. I don't do many videos about work. just because of the paper. What's on the paper is a little sensitive. So if you'd like to see more about the entire work system or what a day in the work planners will look like, let me know. I'll be happy to do that. In the meantime, leave any questions below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. If you felt like this was helpful, please click the like button and don't forget to subscribe and set alerts reminders so you don't miss any future videos. So very much appreciate your time. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.